After Charlie was assassinated, I looked into him further. And I found out that his hometown was where I was born, in Scottsdale, Arizona. And the same day that I sent my first email to people outside of my family that I'm the reincarnation of Mary Magdalene was July 16th, 2025. That's the same day Charlie said that Mary is a solution to toxic feminism. Now, he was talking about Mary, Jesus' mother, but Mary Magdalene and Mary, Jesus' mother, were very close. My middle name is May. In the Catholic Church, Catholic, Eric is Catholic, the month of May honors Mary, the mother of Jesus. And middle names are often honorific of a family member. Now, my mom named me, my first name, Carrie, is Irish. The Mary Magdalene line goes from Israel to France, where I lived as a child, so I had no control over that, to Ireland and Scotland. JC, who I know from my childhood, his last name is Scottish. So you can check out on my website all the signs and synchronicities. I don't even have them all listed there, just a plethora. But anyway, that's me. So I have this wisdom, I have this insight. And so let's start looking at, one more thing about Eric and Kirk, right? So after I started doing a deep dive, and their souls showed up immediately. And I can tell you that I was intuitively guided to literally kick the shit out of Erica Kirk's soul. I have never kicked a soul like that ever before. And I knew she was complicit. Because, the way he died was a couple of weeks before a ton of prophecies for the return of the Messiah in the week of Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year, in 2025. And that's the week the second coming happened through an enlightenment experience that I had. You can check that out on my website as well. Because enlightenment, there's a ton of prophecies that it'll be a covenant written on our hearts, bypassing scripture, soul-to-soul communication. That's an enlightenment experience, So anyway, I always was sus about her. And then we do more research, right? And her dad works for Raytheon in Israel, and Charlie and her met in Israel, and she was associated with a children's, care facility in Romania that got shut down for child trafficking because all the military would come visit there. Did you know that 37% of military globally, because I've done a ton of global studies, have PTSD, unhealed childhood trauma? Well, what drives pedophilia? Childhood trauma. What drives anything like the abuse, the typical abuse? It all comes from lack of self-love, lack of understanding of self. And, Erica's getting a PhD in Bible studies right now. So of course she knows about Mary Magdalene. She was at the crucifixion. She was at after the crucifixion, like 3 days after. I'm not Christian. I don't know that whole history. But anyway, it sure seems like someone wants her to take over. But a lot of people don't like her, or she'd be really popular right now. If you've looked at the numbers on Charlie Kirk's YouTube channel, they used to get over 100,000 views on almost all videos. They're all down to like 1,000 because no one wants to hear her talk. She's a woman. Why aren't you taking care of the kids? Why is she taking over TPUSA when she has 2 children that just lost their father? How is that a healthy woman? That all happened before. Yeah, that was the week. She got, it was like 2 weeks after. It was right before Shabbat Shuvah 2025, which is the Sabbath of return between the Jewish New Year and the Day of Atonement, Yom Kippur. All of that is self-reflection time. All of that is feminine time. And when did my enlightenment happen? On Shabbat Shuvah, the Sabbath of return. The Sabbath is when you honor the feminine. Why was Jesus killed in front of Mary Magdalene, his wife? Why was a rabbi crucified in front of his pregnant wife to see and understand himself? So now I'm going to use this piece of wisdom throughout my, analysis. We'll get in the video in a second, sorry.